Batman versus Michael Myers Contingency Plan animated fight, aka animated horror. Oh my goodness. We got Batman and Michael Myers. Yo, Renzo gang. I don't think I need to say more. If you're new to this channel, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I'm pretty sure you guys probably think, like, yeah, Michael Myers is going to beat Batman, but just hear me out. When it comes to the brutal strength, Michael is pretty strong. Even though he's a human, he's pretty strong. Batman is pretty strong himself, and he got the martial arts skills for it. But only way Batman can beat Michael Myers is if he has a plan. He's gotta figure out Michael Myers first, and then he's got a plan to try to take down Michael Myers. When he executes that plan, Michael Myers is going down. He may not kill Michael Myers, or he may not physically beat him, but he's probably gonna have something to trap Michael Myers. Because one thing we all know, for us comic book fans, we all know Batman is one of the greatest detectives of all time. He's a detective before anything. And like I said before in the last video, when Batman fought Jason, Batman took down the entire Justice League, which consists of Superman, the Flash, Wonder Woman, the Martian Manhunter, and the Green Lantern. If he can take down the entire Justice League, what do you think he's going to do to Michael Myers? And he did take down Jason Voorhees, if you watched my last video. If you didn't, go in the description down below, click on the link. It'll take you right to that video and other videos like it. But we're going to see how Batman puts away Michael Myers. Let's get into it, Renzo gang. But before we get started, if you are new to this channel, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Turn that post notification bell on so you'll be first to get your videos. Yeah, let's get it, Renzo gang. My boy Michael Myers. And he's just a human with pure brutal strength.
He's headed straight for the trap. Time to move.
The trap. The trap.
Batman's contingency plan. There are things that even science can't comprehend. I've faced gods, demons, and creatures that defy physics.
Yeah,
but this
he definitely has.
Michael Myers, evil in its purest and most silent form. He doesn't speak, doesn't react, doesn't feel. And maybe that's the true terror. The absolute void behind the mask. I've studied every one of his appearances, every movement. He walks as if time has no effect on his body. No racing heartbeat, no adrenaline rush. It's like he's a walking corpse, sustained only by a force that
you can say that.
This world. I recovered biological fragments.
Even though he is a human.
His blood. It doesn't behave like human blood. The cells don't die. They regenerate, even outside the body. No toxin, no known biological agent reacts to them. It's something that transcends biology and maybe touches the supernatural. With every analysis, I noticed a constant. The evil in him isn't symbolic. It's organic. Running through his veins like a virus. A virus that erases any trace of humanity and replaces it with pure killer instinct.
Pure killer
If
instinct.
he's a contagion, then he needs to be treated like one. And to contain something like that, I'd have to go beyond science.
Yeah, pretty much.
Evil as energy and learn to break it at the root. I realized that Michael Myers isn't a physical anomaly. He's a manifestation, a channel where something older and darker projects itself into the physical world. If I wanted to defeat him, facing him head-on wouldn't be enough. I'd have to exercise him in a scientific way. I started by analyzing the electromagnetic energy generated in Haddonfield on the days of the attacks.
Haddonfield.
Spikes, fluctuation patterns, something that resembles.
I love how they're breaking his contingency plan down to take down Michael Myers.
To his presence, as if the environment itself warps to keep him alive. So I developed the morphic frequency resonator, a device capable of identifying and isolating energetic vibrations associated with pure evil. Everything vibrates. Even hatred has a signature. If I can pinpoint the exact frequency that sustains Myers, I can shatter it and disconnect the entity controlling him. Technology alone, however, wouldn't be enough.
Hey, yo, I'm tired of using technology.
That's why I consulted the files from my time in Nanda Parbat and analyzed the grimoire I recovered. Its text spoke of rituals for nullifying the anemic echo. I took the diagrams and translations to Zatanna. She confirmed
Zatanna.
the ritual doesn't destroy the entity, but breaks its connection to the host by generating an opposing spiritual resonance. The concept was mystical, but the principle was applicable. If evil has a frequency, I could engineer the anti-frequency. An exorcism, yes, but a scientific one. To stop something like Michael Myers, it's not enough to build a trap, you have to design a containment ecosystem. A space where every molecule works against the enemy. I called the project Operation Silver Veil. The first phase begins with creating a neutral zone, completely isolated from Earth's electromagnetic field. An underground lab shielded with lead and titanium plating, covered in laser-etched runes, sealing symbols translated from the grimoire, a blend of science and magic. Logic and superstition united for one purpose, to contain the impossible. At the center of this structure, I installed the morphic frequency resonator, the core. It emits inaudible sound waves that reverberate at the frequency opposite to the energy sustaining Myers. The idea is simple. If he's fueled by a malignant vibration, then I'll make it collapse in on itself. And as always, there's a contingency for the contingency. If the resonator fails to fragment his essence, the final protocol would activate, a localized quantum field collapse, trapping him not in suspension, but in a 1-second time loop, forcing his consciousness to relive the same instant forever. A drastic solution, but necessary. Around the resonator, a ring of autonomous drones equipped with non-lethal weapons, thermal sensors, and anesthetic nanomist. The plan is to lure Myers to the center of the structure, let him believe he's hunting, when in reality he's being herded. No escape, no chance. Luring Michael Myers into the Silver Veil requires more than technology. It demands patience and a clinical understanding of what drives him. He doesn't chase victims out of anger or pleasure, he pursues a pattern, an echo. So I created the perfect echo. I used the Black Oracle to compile it.
I ain't gonna lie, this is really, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing this, but this is really good. I love how they're breaking this down. Just like the last video when Batman was fighting Jason, I like how they break down the contingency plan to take down these supernatural, villains. I really liked it. So we're just gonna continue to keep watching.
Then I synthesize those memories in layers. Holographic projections that recreate facades, olfactory devices that release specific aromas, and directional speakers that play back familiar footsteps and whispers. The fake city isn't just visual, it's sensory. Every street is programmed to reinforce the illusion. But Michael isn't an ordinary animal. He tests reality with small rituals, locked doors, broken windows, the silence between clocks. For that, I inserted behavioral hooks, strategically placed familiar objects, a lamp that flickers in the exact pattern that preceded his previous attacks, a doll lying exactly where his oldest memories converge. He follows patterns. I use them as chains. Meanwhile, thief drones map his responses in real time. The Black Oracle.
I wonder exactly what he's gonna do to take down Michael Myers.
City's route in seconds. If he hesitates, the replica shifts. New shadows emerge. Doors that were open before now close. Sounds that came from the right now come from the left. Confusion is the most powerful tool. A predator that doesn't recognize.
For those of you that don't know, this is what Batman does. He's a detective. He's more than just, a fighter and, taking down bad guys. Batman is a detective, too. One of the greatest detectives.
Everything leads to one point. The core of the Silver Veil. No obvious traps, just the feeling of return.
That's why I like how they're breaking this down. Like, if you're a real Batman fan, you understand, like, you're into this.
The world around him will start to crumble. When Michael Myers crosses the threshold of the Silver Veil, his world starts to unravel. The resonator's core activates its initial pulse. Inaudible sound waves, vibrating at the inverse frequency to the energy sustaining him. It's subtle at first, almost imperceptible, a tremor in perception, a chill down the spine. He doesn't understand, but he feels something wrong. Meanwhile, the drones adjust the environment in real time. Corridors stretch and shorten slightly. Shadows multiply. Reflections appear where they shouldn't. The floor vibrates in calculated patterns to sync his march with the resonator's pulse. Every step he takes increases the instability of his own essence. Michael doesn't hesitate, but every action is predictable. He reacts instinctively to the environment's stimuli, following the patterns I've learned to anticipate. The confusion is amplified by holographic projections of multiple Myers, as if he's surrounded by echoes of himself. He attacks shadows, passes through illusory walls, but doesn't realize the real trap is invisible. His own energy is being drained and fragmented. The resonator works in layers. The first just distorts perception. The second starts creating microfissures in the energy keeping him alive. And the third sinks those fissures with the seals etched around the core. Each fissure is a vulnerable point, a fragment of his essence that can be isolated. At this moment, Myers is no longer just physical. He's an unstable projection of pure hatred, and I have control over the space he believes he dominates. He still walks, still attacks, but every attempt at resistance is calculated. Every movement an opportunity to deepen his containment. He's walking into his own nightmare, and I'm the architect of every shadow that imprisons him. With each wave from the resonator, the fissures in his essence become visible only to me, in the Black Oracle's analysis. He still moves, still tries to strike, but the reality around him doesn't match his actions. Every act of violence he attempts falls out of sync, as if he's trapped between dimensions. It's at this moment that I activate the secondary seal.
It's kind of easier taking down Michael than it was Jason.
The core sync.
Jason actually is a zombie. Michael's still a human.
But his essence starts to dilute. He's reduced to fragments of consciousness that can no longer reassemble. To reinforce the effect, I disperse a mist made of monitoring nanoagents. They don't harm, but they alter his perception of space, heightening the confusion and limiting reflexes. Every move he makes, every misstep, is an opportunity to strengthen the net imprisoning the energy that sustains him. The goal isn't to kill him, or even physically harm him. It's to fragment what makes him invincible, making him vulnerable to definitive containment. When the fragmentation reaches its peak, Myers is ready to be transferred to quantum containment. It's not an ordinary
Quantum
cell.
containment.
It's a structure that interacts directly with his essence's frequency, sealing each fragment in a state of perpetual suspension. Every seal, every energy field.
I guess
every
Batman and Michael won't be
calibrated to
getting
neutralize
physical.
Any attempt at reassembly. Here, science and mysticism meet. Ancient artifacts integrated into the structure convert residual hatred energy into a shielding field, ensuring no physical or spectral attack can penetrate. The silver veil collapses around him, and the drones seal the core, converting every remnant of movement into data that feeds the Black Oracle for constant monitoring. Michael Myers isn't destroyed. He's contained, sealed inside a prison that transcends time and space. Every fragment of his essence is now bound to the containment structure, unable to reassemble or escape. The question is no longer whether he can be stopped. It's whether anyone could comprehend what we've created to contain.
See, he got physical with Jason, but he didn't get physical with Michael. That's crazy.
Michael Myers is contained, but not defeated.
And Jason is actually a lot stronger than Michael.
His essence hasn't vanished. It's just been reorganized, divided, and sealed. The silence is absolute, but it carries the weight of all the violence he's spread. There's no relief, no satisfaction, just understanding. There are evils that exist beyond human comprehension, and to contain them, you have to go beyond what we call reality. As I watch the data on the Black Oracle, I realize this isn't the end. Every fragment of Myers is a reminder that evil persists in forms we can't measure. Technology was essential, scientific analysis indispensable, but it was patience, strategy, and understanding what he represents that ensured he was contained. I've learned that we can't underestimate something that transcends logic, something that defies even what we consider impossible. Every trap, every calculation, every mystic seal was designed with precision to maintain order where none seemed possible. And yet, there's an unease, a pulse of energy indicating he exists somewhere, in some fragment, waiting. Maybe there's no perfect way to eradicate absolute evil, but there is a way to face it and contain it. That's the line separating those who merely survive from those who can protect the innocent. Michael Myers is contained, but the work never ends.
True
There's
that.
always vigilance, always preparation. Because evil doesn't rest, and neither can I. I archived the report. Status, incomplete.
I would have liked to seen them two throw hands.
Vigilance, permanent. Michael Myers is a force that defies understanding, and any simplistic approach would be useless. What I've done here isn't just capture him, it's create a structure where he can no longer interfere with the world of the living. The question the Black Oracle can't answer remains, what happens when you imprison a force of nature? We don't destroy it, we just take it out of sight, and I need to know what else to prepare for.
Yeah, this one I would have liked to see Michael and Batman, actually get into a little physical altercation. just like when Batman he got a little physical with Jason. But yeah, this one was pretty good. Like this one really showcased Batman's detective skills on how to beat Michael Myers, and I really liked that part. I wish it was a little more action in it, but I'm not gonna complain. I still enjoyed this. I enjoyed, for us Batman fans out there, we already know Batman is a detective before anything. So, and Batman, he's got the technology to put away Michael Myers, and I was not disappointed with it at all. It could have had a little more action into it, like I said, just like the last one with him and Jason. But I'm not gonna complain. I still enjoyed this. But if you enjoyed this, you already know what to do. Give this video a fat thumbs up. Comment down below if you want to see me react to Batman, another contingency plan of Batman's, and I'll find it and I will react to it. That's all I got for you today, Renzo gang. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. You feel me?